Hey everyone, my name is Mary Copeland. I want to introduce you to the class, introduce myself. I've been teaching at Valley for about 17 years now, and I've been teaching online classes for a long time as well. And so I want to go over how to use the class, where everything's at, and show you how to get the free books and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Oh, before I do that, I'm just going to show you what the books look like. We have two books. Rereading America. We have essays that we read out of this book, and then we have a novel, In the Country We Love. Rereading America, that will be, I'll show you when I get there. So let me share my screen and we'll get to it. So when you log into the class, this is what you will see. I'll have the video posted here. And so it will change from time to time. So a couple really important things about Canvas. Canvas is really great about putting this to-do list over here for you. And I know a lot of students rely on it, and I think it's a great tool. The important thing to remember is it doesn't tell the whole story. To do the work for this class, you really want to go to the modules. The reason you want to go to the modules is because one thing Canvas doesn't allow is to show two due dates for one assignment. And all of our discussions have two due dates. All of our discussions have an initial first post that you have to respond to a question. Those are always due on Thursdays. And then you have until Sunday to respond to two other people. So Canvas only allows the final due date. So even though this over here says August 20th for the discussion, really the first due date for that is the 17th. And that is the only item that is the case on. Everything else, the due date, that's the only assignment that we do all semester that has due dates, and it's always the same. It's always Thursdays and Sundays. So I try to be consistent with that. So I'm going to show you the modules. This is where the meat of the class is. Right here are resources and assignment schedule. So student resources, that's links to the Writing Center. You can utilize the Writing Center. It's a great tool. This says your textbook should be here. I'm not going to click on it because I don't have, it won't show anything. But when you click on that, you should see the book Rereading America. The novel that we're reading will not show up. You usually have to either pick that up at the bookstore or have them send it to you. And we do get started with those pretty quickly. So you want to make sure that you have the links to your books. If you click on that link and you don't have access to the textbook, this is what you should do. If the link doesn't work, there's some customer support and things to check on there that you can contact if your link doesn't work. This is the reading and exercise schedule. So you can click on this and it'll show you, it'll give you what we're reading and when, and that can be really helpful. And this could possibly change, but you know, it gives different dates and times of when we do our what we're reading and when we're reading them and that sort of thing. So just keep in mind, this is subject to change, but I will always let you know if that does change. And every single week, I will post a new week, and here's what's going on. You've got this, you've got A, B, C, and D to do this week. So I do that every Sunday. This is MLA information. So all of our stuff is going to be submitted in MLA format, all of our essays. So if you've never learned MLA, you'll learn it in this class, and that's part of the process. So we'll talk more about that later, but there's a lot of resources for you there. So I do want to talk about the course overview. This is what to expect. I just think it's good to know ahead of time. So here's what we're going to be doing. You have 4 essays over the semester, 6 to 8 pages long. You usually have about 2 weeks to work on essays. For the longer research paper, you have even longer than that. Most weeks you're going to have a discussion. I post everything on Sundays for the upcoming week. We're also reading the novel and essays from Rereading America. There will be exercises and quizzes. There's a midterm and a final exam, and there's also timed writings that we'll be doing, a couple of those throughout the semester. And here, I highly recommend using Office 365. It's will help you because you can only submit your essays in Word. So if you don't have it, you do have access to it for free through the college, so you can do that. And then here is our first week's assignment. There's something to read before you complete your discussion. You have a quiz on the syllabus. I'm not going to go over everything on the syllabus. That's up for you to kind of go through everything and, figure out what the class policies are, but I'm going to show you a couple things. If you click on the syllabus, I got some information. I have my contact information. You always want to email me through the Canvas feature. There's a link to the virtual office hours. And then I'm on campus Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to 9. And then I'm virtually available from 9 to 10. I'm on campus as well. So either way. And if those times don't work for you and you really need to talk to me, we'll make an appointment on Zoom or some other appointment to get together and talk. So these are the course policies. I'm not going to go through them all. Some of them you'll want to read through before you take the quiz or as you take the quiz. The one thing I do want to show you is how much time will this class take. So this is a 4-unit class. There are 4 hours of in-class time, which would be, Zooming or doing a discussion, that counts as, in-class time. Typically, if you were on campus, you would have 4 hours of in-class time. And then there's an additional 8 hours a week of outside of class time, which is reading or writing essays, for a total of 12 hours a week in order to be successful. That varies from student to student. Everybody's different. And some weeks we might be busier, you're doing research for your research paper, and before we get really busy, you may not spend that much time. So, it goes up and down, but I think 12 hours a week is a good standard to use to kind of gauge, how busy you are, what your other commitments are, and how much time you have to devote to the class. The other thing I want to talk about on the syllabus is academic honesty. As I'm sure you know, this is a big issue these days. So not doing your own work and not citing it is considered plagiarism. And that includes using AI. It includes using artificial intelligence, ChatGPTs. And so most of the assignments that you do now will be submitted through the Canvas Turnitin feature, which detects AI. So if you use AI on any assignment, whether it's an essay or a discussion or whatever, and we detect AI, I'm just going to ask you to redo it. And if it becomes a problem, then we need to, have further discussions about that. But hopefully you want to learn. And so you don't want to use AI to write your work for you in this class. One thing I will tell you about the Turnitin feature in Canvas, the AI detector bolds anything that it detects as AI for me, but it doesn't tell you that. So then I would just have to meet with you and show you, okay, this much of your essay shows that it was generated by AI. So just something to keep in mind. And of course, other, you can't copy from websites or anything like that. Other than that, I'll let you kind of click on the other items in the syllabus. I think that's covers basically, you know, the basics, but, you know, click around, make sure you understand, you know, how the class is set up. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. You can email me, you can come see me, and I look forward to our semester together, and I will talk to you soon.